Hello everyone in Oneness. Thank you so much for watching this video. In Oneness, I'm Jessica Delmar. So in this video, I wanted to talk about some of the energies that are coming through for the summer solstice, which is this week, June 21st. Basically entering into the energy of summer, opening up that divine masculine energy more. And I kind of wanted to see what was going on with the summer solstice, with the energies that we should be expecting. What does this mean for us energetically? And so I pulled a couple of cards, and I'm going to go through what came through with the cards. But what is also tying in regards to the summer solstice is also something that came through a client co-creation session recently, talking more about Trilogy energy, and basically the waves of Trilogy energy, what's going on with that Trilogy energy right now in the collective and how it's shifting us, working with our chakra system to move us into our ascended chakra system. So we're going to go over all of that in this video. So I want to thank my client for our co-creation session in bringing forward this more clarifying information regarding the Trilogy energy. So the first thing, I'm going to go over what had come through in my client co-creation session before I get to the cards. So when I connected with my client, basically what had come through was I was feeling a lot of the divine masculine energy in the form of heat, summer, even fires coming into my awareness, for them to show me basically the energy that I was working with and what was coming through. The 4/4 portal in April brought through it, like opened the door for this Trilogy energy to come through onto the planet from or through the realms of Gaia. So I'm assuming it was held within the realms of Gaia for quite some time, the higher vibrational versions of this Trilogy energy. And now it's able to seep onto the planet in much stronger ways on the physical planet, because we're in a place where we can receive the energies a bit more. The Trilogy energy being divine masculine, divine feminine, and Christ consciousness. So, of course, in our 3D reality, there is divine masculine, divine feminine open on the planet, but with these creation energies, which is that Trilogy energy, there are two sides of the coin within a duality-based planet, such as Gaia Earth. So, for example, with divine feminine, there are two sides of the coin. There is divine feminine that is destructive, and there's divine feminine that is creative. And so the creative aspects and energies of these creation energies of divine feminine, divine masculine, and Christ consciousness were being held or kept safe within the realms of Gaia as the 3D planet sort of played out this more destructive energy. The 4/4 portal in April strongly opened the doorway for all of these energies to open onto the earth, the purpose being to balance the energy of the collective, of Gaia, of us as individuals. And so there is a lot of balancing going on right now with the energies. And basically, to get to a more balanced state, everything needs to come to the surface. It needs to boil over. You have to do a full spring cleaning to finally get balance. Nothing can be shoved under the rug. Nothing can be hidden. It all has to come up. And so a lot of that clearing and cleansing process has been happening over the past few months and years, really, but very much amplifying right now in this time, 2019, this year. So what else is coming through is that push to really cleanse, clear, and heal a lot of the deep stuff, core wounds, past life stuff. There's a huge push to cleanse all of that very, very deep, dark, stuck energy. And it's happening through the unfolding and opening of the more creative aspects of the Trilogy energy opening onto the planet at this time, because it's forcing the balance of the overall energies. So what's becoming a little bit more clear is that the Trilogy energy, which opened up in that doorway of 4-4, is coming in waves. So the first wave was the Divine Feminine wave of the Trilogy energy. And the Divine Feminine came in with that energy of spring, cold, rain, and other weather patterns connected to water and cold to help cleanse and clear. And what came through is the Trilogy energy is coming onto the planet right now at this time to really work with the lower 3 chakras of the collective energy, which is therefore filtering into our own individual experiences. So a lot of people are experiencing a lot of cleansing, clearing, healing, things happening, energy stirring within the lower 3 chakras, the root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus chakra. Because as a collective, we are moving into a place of integrating our ascended chakra system. And this is going to be done on an individual scale as well as a collective scale. We are going to talk about the ascended chakra system, the higher vibrational 5D chakra system, in another video that we're going to put out this month. So I won't go too much into that, but for this video and the information about the Trilogy energy, we're very much talking about the first 3 chakras at this moment, because this is what the energy is working with right now in the collective and filtering into our individual journeys of ascension. And so the Divine Feminine came in springtime to help cleanse and clear the first 3 chakras. The next thing that came through is that the next wave of the Trilogy energy opening is actually opening right here, right now with the Summer Solstice. The Divine Masculine energy is opening up strongly. A lot of people, I was speaking to some of my friends, and we've noticed lately this divine dance when it comes to the weather, because it's kind of transitioning from that Divine Feminine energy or that Divine Feminine wave within the Trilogy energy, and now we're transitioning into the Divine Masculine wave of energy within that Trilogy energy. And so lately, at least within the past few weeks, there has been this really amazing dance between Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine in the weather patterns, at least where I am here in the Midwest of the United States. There are hot days, the sun is shining, and at the same time in the evenings there are really, really intense thunderstorms and lightning. And so it's kind of like this sunshine and then thunderstorms, and you can just see how they're playing off of each other. And it's very much that Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine energy sort of being in this tango dance together, and then handing it off into the Divine Masculine probably sometime soon as the energy begins shifting into the next wave of Divine Masculine. So what had come through is that the Divine Feminine energy was really working to help cleanse, clear all of that core, deep core stuff within the lower 3 chakras like we spoke about, and really working with the past life stuff as well, ancestral stuff. Our lineage, bloodline, everything's coming up for us right now to be cleansed and cleared, and a lot of it is held within the lower 3 chakras. With the opening of summer, with the Summer Solstice, is going to be opening the next wave of Divine Masculine. This is going to come through the energy of heat, warmth, fiery energy. This will help to further cleanse and clear the first 3 chakras in the collective as well as within individuals. It's also connected to the energy of truth. So we spoke about in an earlier video, I'll put the link below, basically the flipping of the coin is what's happening with the balancing of the energies on the planet at this time. There are a lot of coins on the table of our reality in terms of the collective scale. the global stage, as well as within our individual realities. But right now, with the balancing of energy, the coins are being flipped from the destructive side of the coin into the more creative side of the coin. And that can be said and related to anything basically within a dualistic planet. There is good versus bad, light and dark, creative, destructive. And for many people, the coins that were laid out on the table were leaning more towards the destructive side of the coin, or the fear side of the coin, or the dark side of the coin. And so we spoke about in a past video how, I think it was the Is, Ra, and El video, where, starting a long time ago, the energy that has been filtering within our collective consciousness has been the energy of guilt and shame. And it really started during the time of Christ and the crucifixion of Christ, and kind of kept rolling downhill from there, opening up more energy of guilt and shame within our collective consciousness. However, on the other side of that coin is the energy of truth and love, and that energy is very much flipping and opening up right now with the balancing of energy. And so with the divine masculine wave of energy coming in with this summer solstice, it's bringing in with it the energy of truth. What came through is that the fiery energy of summer is not only helping to clear and cleanse the energy of those lower three chakras as well, but also helping to open the energy of truth in the collective consciousness. So the divine masculine is also presenting itself as the uncovering of a lot of other things within our awareness, again on that collective global scale. And what had come through is, a lot of the destructive things are open within our collective, our society's global aspect, the global stage. And it's possible with the divine masculine energy coming through, it will bring through the balancing of those destructive masculine energies. And masculine energies on a global scale can be seen in certain types of areas, sections within our society. For example, government, business, and finance is what had come through strongly regarding the masculine aspects of our collective, and how there will be shifts being made as the balance of divine masculine is made, as well as the balance of the whole trilogy energy is made within the collective and individuals. It will filter into the aspects within our collective, such as the different departments like government, business, finance, education, healthcare, all the stuff that makes up our collective and our societies. Another thing that came through with the client co-creation session is the realms of Gaia are participating at this time and really helping in this shift of balancing the energy. So the realms of Gaia basically opened its doors for this trilogy energy to open up and move on to the planet at this time. And so as the trilogy energies are doing its work on the physical planet and working with the collective energies on the physical plane, on the energetic side of things within the energetic realms of Gaia, the realms, including Avalon especially, they are doing a lot of work at the same time that trilogy energy is working to cleanse, clear, and heal the planet, collective, and individuals. What came through is the trilogy energy is helping to lift, cleanse, clear the energy, which basically what was shown to me is a lifting of the energy. It is the sifting energy. It is like stirring the energy so that it's not as blocked, it's not as heavy. And in bringing that energy up, it's like there was a lot of energy swept under the rug. And so the trilogy energy is coming through to really make that opened and bring that back into our awareness, really clean and clear and cleanse the corners, the dark corners that we've been avoiding or keeping hidden, keeping in the shadows, in the darkness. And so by bringing all of that energy up, it can then be released. But Trilogy energy is bringing all of that energy up. And what came through is the realms of Gaia. Very, very much the energy of Avalon came through, is doing its part to help transmute that energy. So as the energy is coming up, the realms of Gaia is transmuting, doing its job to release the energy back up to source. But first it needs to be transmuted and then released up to be integrated back to source. And what had come through is as that energy is integrated back with source, it actually makes its way back around again to you as an individual, as source itself. So this ties into the video series that we did in May about the source within and how you are creating your own universe, and therefore you are not only an extension of source itself, but you are source in your micro aspect of creating from this now moment. And so what had come through is that in your ability to harness your source within, you are creating a stronger, higher vibrational reality and universe for yourself. And as more and more people recognize and remember the source within, then the collective lifts up more and more as a whole. So as each person begin harnessing their inner source, their inner empowerment to create their reality in a high vibrational way, thus affecting their solar system, galaxy, universe, and creating your own universe, it allows that energy to continue in an upward motion, in an upward swing, and therefore help to bring in many others within the collective, within that motion and momentum to continue moving upward. And it eventually will lift the entire collective up. But with the help of the Trilogy energy coming in right now to help clear, cleanse, lift that energy, realms of Gaia helping to sweep it away, transmute it back up to source and back around to you in its transmuted higher vibrational form. So what came through in the cards regarding this Summer Solstice portal? The first card that came through was the Grace card. Very much connecting me to that divine feminine energy. The next card that came through was the Ebb and Flow card, another divine feminine energy, and then the Self-Esteem card, another sort of feminine energy. And so, as you can see, the first two cards have this like mermaid energy going on, and I was like, you know, I'm asking about the summer solstice. I know this is a very strong time for divine masculine. Why are all of these feminine energies coming through? And basically, what had come through is the divine masculine energy opening up with the summer solstice is going to very strongly balance that divine feminine energy. So divine feminine energy was open strongly during the springtime to help cleanse, clear. And now with the divine masculine, like we were talking about, it's going to help bring in more balance. The divine feminine aspects, very strongly connected to these two mermaids, are connecting me very strongly to galactic energy. So we spoke about this in the full moon energy, as well as the videos that I've put out this month about the 144,000. There's a lot of galactic energy coming through this month, and that's really connecting into the messages that I'm putting out, because this month of June is very much a month of amplification. It is a month of leveling up, if you will, from wherever you were in your ascension journey. You're leveling up into new areas of expansion on your ascension journey and whatever is unfolding for you next. And for a lot of people, we spoke about the 144,000 being a vibrational frequency. A lot of light workers identify with being part of the 144,000, and there are waves within the 144,000. So you are leveling up in whatever wave you are in, basically within the 144,000. Or for a lot of unawakened, unknowing people, they are also possibly entering into the vibrational frequency of the 144,000. For a certain set, we spoke about 4 sets of souls moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency in waves, basically. And for a certain set, you are strongly connected to galactic energy. You are connected to possibly transferred consciousness from a galactic aspect into your physical aspect here on Earth. And so for a lot of the 144,000, they are very connected to the stars, to other galactic energies and beings and planets and solar systems. And so as you level up within your 144,000 vibrational frequency or begin opening up to that energy, you are going to strengthen your connection with your galactic aspects. And the reason for the transferred consciousness within certain souls, certain incarnations at this time who are awakening or are awakened, the purpose of that transferred galactic consciousness was to bring forward higher vibrational, higher dimensional energy onto the planet, and also to bring forward galactic knowledge and to help. What had come through in another 144,000 video is to kind of help boost that disclosure energy. And even the disclosure energy is becoming a little bit more clear for me, meaning that with the amplification of energy this month of June, it's amplifying people in their journeys, it's leveling you up. And so for a lot of people, again, who identify with their galactic aspects, you are going to begin stepping into a place in where you are merging with your galactic aspects in a much stronger way. You are going to be, if you haven't already, established communication and connection with your galactic aspects in much stronger ways as well. And so this is part of the Ascension journey. The Ascension journey is about integrating, more specifically, like a higher aspect or version of you integrated with your physical body here on Earth, and having that aspect, that higher vibrational aspect, be expressed through you. You are simply a vessel for your higher aspects, your higher self especially, to be integrated, merged, and then expressed through you. So this is kind of happening in stages, meaning that for some of you, you're going to begin integrating that galactic aspect of you and have that be expressed through you at this time. And then you'll begin opening up to even higher vibrational energy and begin merging with a higher level of your higher self, and eventually opening up into the highest levels of vibration within the universe, which could include Source itself. And this is what we talk about in the Source Within video series in May, and integrating or getting to a point in your ascension where you will eventually, I see opening up into New Earth 5D, a lot of people integrating their inner source and having their inner source be that highest level of their highest self being expressed through them, and receiving the information from that high vibrational living library and Akashic records of Source itself, of the universal knowledge. So I kind of went off on a tangent there, bringing it back here into the summer solstice. Divine feminine energy very much being balanced right now, with the integration of the divine masculine energy with this summer solstice. It's working with a lot of people with the self-esteem card. This connects me to the solar plexus and inner empowerment. Divine masculine energy very, very, very much working with the solar plexus, bringing in the energy of Ra, the energy of the solar sun, into those lower 3 chakras. So as we move into our higher vibrational ascended 5D chakras, again, I'm going to speak about this in a separate video, but basically the first 3 chakras are going to move into their higher vibrational state as the 3 lower chakras, but at the same time, they are going to begin integrating and merging their energy as one large energy center that hold those 3 lower chakras. And it will merge into the energy very, very close, or if not the same energy as the solar sun, very much connected to that raw energy. So for a lot of people, the balancing of the energy right now, that trilogy energy, is helping people work within their solar plexus to bring forward more inner empowerment, strengthen your I am presence, and strengthen your inner truth. And when you are able to stand firm in your inner empowerment, it's like that just filters out and creates a domino effect for everything else to unfold for you. Strengthening your inner empowerment strengthens your inner I am presence. It strengthens your inner truth. It strengthens your inner self-love. And in that strength that you hold, having that balanced energy and empowered energy within your solar plexus, that is then therefore expressed through you and created into your physical reality, manifested from you. It's also when you have a very strong inner empowerment, that core, that gut area, that your higher knowledge, your inner lost knowledge can be able to come flowing forward. Because what's coming through right now is that there are the three minds in the body. You have the mind, the brain mind, the heart mind, and the gut mind. And for a lot of people, the gut mind, because it's in that lower three chakras, it is more susceptible to the blockage that is very strong within people within those lower three chakras, because the lower three chakras holds a lot of the core blockage stuff, the real deep, heavy program stuff, past life things, deep trauma. It's all held there. And for a lot of people, it's hard to open up that gut brain. But right now that's starting to happen for people. So it will help to loosen the faucet of the lower three chakras first right now, at least is what they're activating. So that's coming through with these cards. And again, the trilogy energy is very much right now, at least, or maybe just in general, held within your solar plexus. It's like that is where it's seated, and that's where it's birthed and balanced, because in your gut and your solar plexus, once that is balanced, like I said, the dominoes, it affects the entire body physically, energetically, and filters into your physical reality. And then I asked, tell me more about this solar or this summer solstice, the energy. What is this divine masculine energy bringing? I understand that it's balancing the divine feminine. I understand that we are moving into more balance just with the unfolding of this trilogy energy. But what can we expect with this divine masculine energy, and what is it working with collective-wise as well as individual? And it kind of just clarified and amplified everything that had come through so far. The new growth card came through, meaning new levels of expansion for you moving into. The deception card reversed came through, and the shadow card reversed came through, meaning that the energy of the divine masculine, again, letting go, releasing, clearing a lot of those lower vibrational energies on the planet, a lot of our shadow aspects in the collective as well as individual. The deception, meaning what we are talking about in terms of the coins being flipped, the coin or the side of destruction, guilt, shame, a lot of things that have been swept under the rug that are coming into our awareness, or will be coming into our awareness, because that divine masculine energy is going to sweep it into our awareness. But it's bringing in, like I was talking about, the divine masculine is bringing in more truth. And so the deception is going to be something strongly played out, I feel, in the next few months as the divine masculine energy intensifies, because the deception that has sort of kept blindfolds on over the collective has to be lifted. It has to come off for us to be able to see truth and integrate truth. And this has what's coming through is it's very strongly connected to discernment as well. And so the path kind of opening up for us with the opening of the summer solstice is our strengthening of, yes, our inner truth, but what comes along with that is our inner or our ability to discern based upon our inner truth. And so there's a lot of things that may come into your awareness in order to strengthen your inner discernment. So if things are coming into your awareness and you're not quite sure which path to take, it is an opportunity for you in that moment to strengthen your ability to choose the highest path for you. And this goes into basically the two paths that have been opened with this energy, the June energy, or a June Ascension energy. I'll put the link to the video below. Through the amplification of energy this June, it is pushing people into one of two pipelines. The two pipelines are 3D or 5D, lower vibration or higher vibration, fear or love. And so when you find yourself in the midst of an opportunity to strengthen your discernment, always keep in, your thoughts and your ability to choose, knowing that you are connected to choosing one of those pipelines. And so if you choose the path of love, then you are going to automatically align to that 5D pipeline. If you choose the path of fear, then you will begin aligning more to that lower vibrational 3D pipeline. And I've said this before, and I can't stress it enough, but lower vibrational stuff is going to come into your awareness more strongly if you're still holding onto lower vibrational energy. And this is because it needs to come into your awareness in order for you to acknowledge it, recognize it, and release it, and transform it, basically. And so when lower vibrational things, experiences, emotions come into your awareness, it's an opportunity for you to understand and become conscious of yourself in those moments so that you can therefore transmute that energy in your conscious awareness. In knowing what you strongly do not want, you can easily and strongly swing the pendulum in the opposite direction into the energy of what you do want. And I think that's why a lot of this energy is going to start coming up for people to either, for example, if it's lower vibrational energy, it's coming up for you to anchor and tether more into that lower vibrational pipeline of 3D. Or it's coming up for you to strongly shift and refocus into the pipeline that you really desire on a soul level, which is that higher vibrational pipeline. And for those of you who are existing in the higher vibrational pipeline, this energy of June, the amplification of energy, is going to amplify that as well for you. But at the same time, especially with the divine masculine energy coming in with this summer solstice, it's bringing a lot of fiery energy. And so what's kind of coming to me right now is if you've got any sort of residue within, especially those lower three chakras, because they hold a lot of difficult, stubborn energy. So if you're holding on to anything of lower vibration, it's going to come into your awareness. And so just kind of keep that in mind, because we are completely shifting and transforming, and all of that lower vibrational stuff has to be released in order for, at least right now, they're working with the lower three chakras, in order for those lower three chakras to transmute and begin transforming into their higher vibrational 5D chakra system. And then the new growth card is basically confirming that we are on track. Everything is unfolding perfectly, connecting me very much to the solar sun here, and how it is kind of like the growing or growth of new crops, new expansion. We are in a place in where we're moving into new levels of expansion for ourselves. So if you find yourself in areas of feeling uncomfortable or feeling like this is new territory, this is kind of when they're kind of stressing the need to continue following your inner sort of sensory direction, your inner navigation based upon your vibration. So you've been doing the work to become more in alignment with your vibration. You've been doing the work to become more sensitive to the energy and your own individual senses. And this is the time now, because you're moving into new areas of expansion, new areas of growth, that it's really time to harness that connection to your inner vibration. So even if you feel like this is sort of like a space of darkness and you can't quite see what's in front of you, you have that inner navigation within you. You have the inner compass within you that you've been harnessing for all this time, and now it is going to become clearer and stronger. And the guides are basically urging you to use that inner compass, because not only you are using it, not only you are kind of connecting to it, but you are connecting to your inner compass, which is connected to your higher self and your higher aspects, your galactic families, your spirit guidance teams that are helping you to navigate your path and your journey ahead of you, even into these unknown new territories of expansion and growth. And finally, as sort of a final card, generally, in regards to general energy of the summer solstice, the card that came through, the abundance card. So we are, again, exactly where we need to be. This is what has to happen in order for us to continue moving into new areas of expansion, and pushing away those old things that no longer serve us. And so even though it's possible that things may begin unfolding that do not necessarily look like we are on the right track, because lower vibrational stuff may be coming into our awareness. Things that help us clear up deception and open more truth will begin coming into our awareness. The guides basically want us to remember that everything is unfolding perfectly. We are exactly where we need to be, and the road ahead has nothing but new growth, new areas of expansion, new crops, new earth, and within that energy is the energy of abundance. So continue following your higher vibrational inner compass. That is always going to lead you to the energy of abundance. And the energy of abundance comes in many different forms. And the ability to choose your 5D higher vibrational pipeline is your claiming your inner abundance, meaning you are claiming your inner, your desire for more purpose. You're claiming your desire for more joy and happiness and bliss within your reality, because you are aligning to the energy of higher vibration, 5D, and all of that comes with creation energy. It comes with purpose. It comes with expansion. It comes with abundance. It comes with everything that you desire from a higher vibrational standpoint, without the lower vibrations sort of skewing things or distorting things for yourself. So as long as you continue aligning to the energy of higher vibration, keep aligning to the energy of your joy and following your joy and following things that resonate with you on a higher vibrational level of love and your inner truth through love, you're going to continue following the path, and your journey will open up into the energy of abundance. They're also kind of connecting me into the ebb and flow card. So again, also connected to just moving more with the energy of flow. You're moving downstream at this time if you're able to align to that 5D pipeline. Even if things may be happening on the sidelines of that river, you are moving downstream, and your abundance is found downstream as well. And that's what needed to come through for this summer solstice energy. There's a lot happening, very, very strong energies coming through at this time, but a lot of excitement and a lot of new opportunities, new growth, new areas of expansion. One last thing that I forgot to mention is, like I was talking about earlier in this video, the waves opening up with that trilogy energy. The first wave being that divine feminine. We're right now in this dance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, especially in the weather patterns. The divine masculine will continue opening up more as the summer rolls on. And then the last part of the trilogy energy is the Christ consciousness energy. and the Christ consciousness energy, what came through, will begin to open and unfold its great power and energy in the fall time. With the Christ consciousness energy, it's going to fulfill a lot of the phase of the ascension that we're in right now, which started with January's lunar eclipse. I'll put a link to that video below. But what came through in that video is that we are in a new phase of the ascension of this year, 2019, of integrating and activating more unconditional love within ourselves, our energy, our physical being, which will eventually put us on the path into fully integrating that higher aspect of us, our higher selves, to be embodied by us and be expressed through us. But right now, it's very much about the clearing and cleansing of energy with that divine feminine and divine masculine, which is really uprooting everything, really getting into the corners and underneath all the rugs and sofas and in the closets, of clearing everything so that it makes room for the Christ consciousness energy to come in during the fall time. The fall equinox is what's coming through, and with that energy of the Christ consciousness, it will then be able to flood our energy, the collective energy, with unconditional love to be integrated, because there's space made for it to do its job and activate on a much stronger, more powerful scale. So I'm sure that information will continue to unfold as we get closer to that time. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video. Thank you for your support. Together with you in oneness, I'm Jessica Delmar. Oneness and love be with you.